Hey guys and girls, before we watch this, if you want to just skip to when I start talking about the earnings call, the time is on screen now. I'll have you know, before I talk about the earnings call, I talk about today's Destiny 2 leak. So, yeah. Hey guys, Fikod here, and today's video is a two-topic video, which is really surprising. Originally, it was meant to be a one-topic video talking about tonight's earnings call at 9:30. But surprisingly, I'm recording at midday. We've had another Destiny 2 leak. I've had to get it out there. It's like a terrorist attack in the Destiny community, not to be insensitive. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's been a Destiny 2 leak today on Reddit. Another one. To give you a bit of context, we've recently had one a few weeks back, if you're active in the Destiny community then. I made a video on it, link in the description. Basically, there was a leak saying that it was going to be a Cabal themed sequel. It was going to have new game engine, new content stream, come out on PC. I keep you updated with all this shit if you follow me on my Twitter. It's on screen now if you don't. I suggest you follow that. But anyway, 60 frames, 1080p. Sounded really cool. Everyone loved it at first, but then we were all kind of like, it's fake. I don't know whether or not this or the last one was fake. Honestly, I'll give my opinions maybe a bit later on. But you know, for now, why the hell not? Let's say it's real. So this leak basically said it was going to be a Cabal themed storyline with an attack on the city, which is what the last leak said. And also recently that sort of Mega Bloks leak, if you don't know what that is, I'll link a video in the description. Basically Mega Bloks released some sets and they gave away key story information, supposedly anyway. So this leak said that Destiny 2 would be coming out in the third quarter of this year, which actually does contradict the last leak, which immediately knocks out the reliability of either this week's or the previous leak. So we really don't know. This leak said it was going to be released on the consoles PS4, PS4 Pro, Xbox One, Xbox Scorpio and PC. It stated the PlayStation exclusivity would be down to 3 months and that it would be coming out in the fourth quarter of 2017 on the 4th of November or 18th of November, like between those 2 days. So, I mean, that's pretty vague, but I don't really know what to say on this. I can't say if it's real or not. I obviously don't know, but I think the community kind of jumped on the bandwagon that it was fake again, and I just don't really like that. I don't like calling people a liar when we don't really know. We don't really know anything about Destiny 2. You know, it could be real. You know, we've had quite a few leaks, and I'm always saying, you know, how wasn't anything about Destiny 2 leaked? And now I've had 3 in close succession, and they're all kind of similar. Like, remember, there's people on Bungie in the Bungie team, or something might have even changed because the last leak said that it was coming out in 2018, and this leak saying it's coming out at the end of this year. So maybe actually something went well and Bungie changed it, or they're both bullshitting, or one's bullshitting. I don't really know. Although the leak did state a different bunch of editions of Destiny's pre-order and things, the deluxe editions and that. For me, that's quite realistic. I don't see anything wrong with that. It also talks about like a stranger's relic you get with the collector's edition. You know, for me, that's believable. And it also talks about a revamped engine, which is something I kind of suspected, especially with the fact Destiny's quite a weak-looking game. Them not giving the source's name is obviously to protect them, but it also not doing that gives us no credibility whatsoever. I actually will link the Reddit thread in the description. Like I said, you can just read through it yourself. I normally read stuff word for word, but right now I just want to get through this. It also talks about a Cabal theme raid, which is obviously really realistic and really cool if it comes out. But another little something that knocks the credibility of both of these leaks is the first one was done by a Reddit user called Inside Leaker, and this one called Inside_Leaks. Now, to be honest, it's a pretty, you know, dodgy name to have on Reddit, but I can see why they might have made a new account for these leaks, because, you know, imagine if there's like 2 Bungie employees that are mates with a guy on the outside, and they've just told him in a party chat or whatever, and, you know, they know that guy's Reddit username, so if he puts it out there, and one of the guys who works for Bungie's mate has told him, the other Bungie employee would know that it was him who told him. If you get what I mean, he's protecting him and his mates' anonymity, if that's the word. rather than just not mentioning the employee's name. Like, criminals do it all the time. They'll buy a phone, like a cheap phone, use it once and get rid of it. You know, it's untraceable, things like that. So, you know, we'll just see how this plays out. No need for us to call him a liar or anything like that. No need for us to say if it's true or false. You can have your thoughts, but come on, guys. As a community, we're better than calling people liars. But, you know, we're also good at sniffing out bullshit. But we're also known for getting things wrong, like a lot of YouTubers, not calling anyone out, said that the Rise of Iron leak might have been fake. But anyway, it wasn't. So, I'm going to say I hope you enjoyed this, because it's kind of weird for me to end a video and not say that. But next, we'll be moving on, you know, it'll be like 10 o'clock the next time I'm talking, to the Activision Earnings call. So, I've just finished listening to the earnings call, some very interesting information. By the looks of things, all of what I've just talked about is absolutely redundant and fake, which is absolutely lovely. But, you know, that's cool. So what we learned is that there was a lot of boring, well, some people find it boring, I find it quite interesting, statistics about players and stuff. Destiny's got like a massive player base, you know, Activision's at an all-time high this year, things like that. What's really interesting is a point they made about Destiny. They said, full Destiny sequel in 2017 to broaden the franchise's global reach, which along with follow-on content plans set the stage for growth. So Destiny 2 is confirmed for 2017 now, so which proves the previous leak was false, not the leak that happened today. That's been proven false as well, but the last leak was now been proven false. So Destiny 2 is definitely coming this year, which is really nice. I'll talk about a Jason Schriers article in a moment, which is actually very frightening. But yeah, they also mentioned that they have a straightaway post-launch content plan, so it's not just going to be like improv. It kind of felt like Destiny 1 was very improvised in its content plan. Destiny 2 is going to have a very thorough content plan. There's not an awful lot of information we got actually in this update. Destiny 2 is actually trending on Twitter, which is nice. It's number 6 actually, I believe, at the moment on Twitter, which is, you know, seeing as how Call of Duty and you know, Overwatch were talked about in this update, you know, Destiny's the highest. That's nice. That's more exposure for the game. You know, maybe more players now new players will see in Destiny 2 now. It's, hold on, I'm just refreshing my Twitter. It's still at number 6, but you know, the tweets are flying in at the moment. But I want to talk about the Jason Schriers article now, because that was crazy, and anything that guy puts out is just immediately legitimate. Part of his article talked about what I'm talking about now, what was mentioned in the earnings call, but he also gave his own little, you know, he just dropped a tweet with his golden touch and sent the community going crazy. He put, although some of the folks behind Destiny 2 might crave more time to add content and beef up the game, there's an interesting bit of news to consider. If Bungie misses this year for Destiny 2, Activision is awarded a hefty chunk of the independent studio stock, according to two sources familiar with the goings-on at Bungie. Bungie employees' stock vesting schedule is also based on game releases including Destiny 2, which gives them major incentives to get the sequel out this year. Now for me, that's quite shit. And it's pretty fucking big as well. Like, Activision have said, if you don't get it out this year, we're going to take your stocks off you and shares and shit. That's pretty big. Like, that's actually quite sinister of Activision, because what if the game isn't ready right now? You know, I mean, for them to announce it now that it's ready for this year says that it probably is ready, but you know, with all the shake-ups in development they've had and asking for, like, you know, opening job positions, tells me that the game may not be ready and they are trying to rush it out. And Destiny 1 was a rush project, and anyone who doesn't play the game now and played it at just vanilla has a really bad taste in their mouth. So I hope they don't fuck this up. We actually didn't get a lot of information on the actual game. We still don't know whether, you know, it's going to be PS4 Pro compatible. We don't know if it's going to have PlayStation exclusives. We don't know if it's coming to PC. But one thing that isn't confirmed through the conference call, but through the article written by Jason Schriers, it says they've got a lot of people on this one. From what I hear, at least 3 other Activision studios are working on the game in addition to Bungie. Now, what that's saying is what we know. We knew High Moon Studios and Vicarious Visions were working on the project, but the third one is a mystery. I've got videos on that, I'll just link that in the description. And it also moves on to say Destiny 2 is coming to PC and will likely be a total overhaul, so don't don't expect to bring your Destiny 1 gear with you. So Jason Schriers basically confirmed Destiny 2 is on PC, and he's confirmed that it's going to be a total overhaul. Overhaul I'm a little bit upset about, but as long as they just give us some nostalgic shaders or something, just something to hark back to Destiny 1 to make the games feel like your character's connected. I hope we don't have to make a new character completely. But you know, the leak today said that it had, you know, more in-depth character creation, but at the end of it, Jason Schriers, like an absolute savage, says, in other Destiny 2 news, the nonsensical Reddit rumour floating around today is very fake. He also puts in brackets, and embarrassingly covered by websites like VG247. What an absolute savage. But I want to thank you for watching this video, guys. Yeah, so just to summarise, didn't get a lot of information. Destiny 2 is confirmed for this year, unless Bungie want to lose a lot of fucking money. And yeah, it's coming to PC according to Jason Schriers, and he's normally right. I'll link the article, link the conference call in the description, and if you follow my Twitter, you would have seen this all live, so I'll link that in the description as well. All my social media shit's in the description. Thanks for watching the video, guys. I'll see you in the next one, and subscribe for regular Destiny content. Bye bye.